Welcome back to another episode of Showtime Radio Podcast. I am your host, Showtime, also known as Jenna. And before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification button so you know when I drop a video. And tell a friend to pull up, pour up, any drink of your choice. And tune in as we dive into these hot topics. Now, I'm not going to introduce you every goddamn time you are on my show, man. Here we have Levins Alexander Damas Jr. Your whole government. I just gave your whole government out.
They're going to find me now.
I know they are. The goddamn alien people are going to find you.
That's what I meant.
Oh, I thought you meant like the people.
It's men when driving unmarked cars and...
No, they're going to stalk you now. Then they're going to come after me. You're going to go missing first, and I'm going to go missing.
For real. I'm not going to be able to even check my mail without people looking at me.
I know they're going to be sitting across the street with their glasses.
We got him. He got the newspaper.
Sir, I'm going to need you to slam the door. Let's cheers. I want to start cheersing before getting into the podcast. But getting back on track. Levins Damas Jr.
That's good.
You were interrupting me. You mutter yuck.
Hold on, babe. Try that.
You want me to be off the sauce?
Try that. It don't even taste like liquor. That's some shit that'll get you in trouble. Like,
ooh, that is good.
You'll just drink it, not even knowing.
Yeah, but after a while, I feel like I would get sick of it. Kind of have like a island taste to it. That is the stuff that will get you in trouble.
I honestly feel bad for opening it.
You should. You mutter yuck. Okay, Levins Damas Jr. Everybody, if you guys haven't seen him already, go back to previous videos. But he is an entrepreneur. He is, what did you say last time? A visionary.
Yeah, just those two.
That's it. I can't say you're a father and a boyfriend. Damn.
Yeah, I'm a father.
Come in. No, you don't want people to know that part. Scratch that too. That's not important. But you know what I want to talk about today? I've been waiting to talk to you about, first thing I've been waiting to talk to you about is goddamn Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Is it Donner or Dahmer? Because you know I always say it wrong. Dahmer. Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you haven't watched the Netflix series on this man, please stop what you're doing. No, finish this podcast. But after this podcast, please go watch it. Wasn't there something that you were supposed to tell me about? You said you wanted to tell me, and I said, wait, because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. There was something you were supposed to tell me about.
Yeah, there was something.
What is it?
Yeah, so basically, not everything on the show is like 100%.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, some of it was like...
What were the things?
So for those of you who don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer was like a serial killer or whatever. He ate specifically men, a lot of black men. There was white guys too, but a lot of black men.
Some Spanish, Asian, right?
Yeah.
But
as long
mainly
as they
black
weren't
guy.
white, he was on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he heard. He heard about the black boys.
Wanted some of that melanin.
The melanin.
Wanted a little taste. Finger licking.
Literally finger looking good.
He would eat them, take them back to his place, eat them, goddamn.
He would take them back to this place.
Yeah.
He would take pictures of them with there was a scene when the cop was looking through his drawers, and there's a picture of him with his one of his victims with his head cut off doing a goddamn backbend.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? So weird. He would rape them. He would freaking rape them while they're dead. What did he do to their bones? Like, he would what is it called when he's like basically strip all the flesh off their bones? Like, he was doing some wild shit.
Beyond cannibalism, like
it is beyond it.
Psychopath, beyond social, whatever you want to call it.
Serial killer. He was a psychopath serial killer. I feel like.
Yeah, was that your first time hearing about him before the Netflix thing?
I don't remember. Oh, honestly, I think so. No, because remember that Kesha song that has it in there, and then I told you I used to be singing. I didn't even realize.
Who's that?
I'm over here saying, I pull at Jeffrey Dahmer, and the song is called "Cannibal," guys. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know what I was singing about. Part of me, I don't know. I probably heard it before, but it probably never stuck. And you also know my memory is like not the best either, so. I know that's not for you. You took a whole...
Yeah, I took like the psychology class.
Yeah, so...
And they talked about him. This man, when I first heard about him in psychology class, that's ridiculous. The teacher, I don't know if it's true, but my teacher told
that's
me
ridiculous.
He had a jar of male genitalia inside the jar. Just like the guys he would kill, he would collect them in a jar.
I wonder why they didn't put that in the thing.
Probably because it was just too
graphic.
Too crazy.
I don't know. I feel like TV shows these days, nothing is too graphic anymore. No. Like freaking what's that show? It was crazy popular, and they were killing people off, and it was to get like the last person that won got the prize. Oh my god, yes, that show is gruesome. That show like made me feel like weird.
Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer made me feel weird too.
Yeah, it did.
Those two shows gave me the same feeling.
Yeah.
Squid Game and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's like an eerie, evil type of feel.
It was just so weird because it's not like you would think like a supernatural or what's it called, paranormal thing would give you that feeling, but I feel like those were like more like creepy because they were really like realistic. Not saying that paranormal like couldn't happen or whatever, but I feel like I don't know, like just to know that actually like legit happened.
Yeah, it's just different.
Like you could be freaking driving in a car and a car would be like pull up next to you. Let's say you guys are stopping in a lake. That person could have a whole body in his trunk or and you don't even know, or like your neighbor.
Killed somebody.
Yeah,
driving from the murder scene.
And oh my god,
looks at you and goes,
like, hey, nice weather we're having. Freaking psychopaths.
That makes me wonder, like, how many conversations have I had with a murderer before? Like, have I ever came in contact with a murderer? Like, don't you ever think that? Like,
I do.
Have I ever shook a murderer's hand and not even know?
Or like, am I living next to a murderer and and I don't even know it?
That's crazy.
That is weird. What were the things that they said didn't happen?
So one thing that I remember was the black lady, the neighbor. Mm-hmm. She wasn't really his neighbor. She lived across the street from the building.
What? Why'd they do that?
Yeah, she wasn't even.
Excuse me.
What else? Some small little thing that he didn't always wear his glasses, some shit like that. Like
all right, well that's like a smaller detail.
Like in the court, during the court trial, in the show he's wearing his glasses, but in real life he didn't. He took off his glasses throughout the court trial. What else did they say happened? Things that were true. I'm just going by like what's coming in my head right now. I can't remember everything off bat. He did actually make them watch movies. 2 movies specifically that he made them watch were Exorcist and I think Star Wars was one.
So 2 completely different kind of movies. Yeah. Like what?
And it wasn't because he liked. Well, obviously he must have liked Star Wars, but it was mainly because the villain. He liked the villain, which is why he actually did wear the yellow contacts. You remember when you said why is his eyes weird? He had yellow contacts on.
Oh.
Yeah. And he wore yellow contacts because the villain inside Star Wars.
Is that the one that has the horns?
No. He wears the hood and he has a weird voice.
Is he red? No.
He's an old man.
Yeah, okay. Old. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Sidious. His name is Darth Sidious.
That's the one that cut up. Is that the one that did something to Darth Vader before he became Darth Vader?
Yeah, he helped him become Darth Vader.
Oh, okay.
The old man that was talking to Anakin, trying to get Anakin to come to the bad side. You remember he was like manipulating him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I make her watch Star Wars.
You guys, I'm over here like, help me. I cannot get into Star Wars, man. I cannot.
So the old man Palpatine, when he's evil, he has the yellow eyes. So Dahmer wears the yellow contacts so he could be close with the evil in Star Wars.
That is crazy.
Exorcism, the girl I think who got possessed in the movie, her eyes were yellow too.
So, that's crazy. The correlation between the two. Oh snap! That is oh my god, that was planned out. That's so weird. That's so weird. Oh my god.
What else happened?
Again, the heebie-jeebies.
There was something about the first character who got away, or some shit like that. Something about his story was false. I forget what it was exactly. I don't know if it was.
I hope so because, first of all, for the people that don't know, and I don't want to spoil this for you, but so Dahmer with the M, guys. lures him back to the his apartment, and then drugs him, and then the guy ends up like getting up. He was still kind of drugged, but he was able to like escape because Dahmer had went to the freaking store or whatever, and then freaking the black lady neighbor or whatever sees him. Dahmer comes around the building, and you know he's talking to the cops and the lady, and they're like trying to the lady. I'm not really explaining this well. The lady's trying to get the cops to be like, yo, like we shouldn't release him back to him. He's a child, and the cops are like, you know, they're gay, so he doesn't want to deal with it, and releases him back to freaking Dahmer, and then he ends up coming up dead. So like, if that really didn't happen, I wouldn't be upset that it really didn't happen like that in the movie.
The young kid though. I wasn't talking about him. The first guy, the opening scene.
Why the hell would you let me explain all of that?
He's doing a good job explaining.
He was like, go on.
Yep.
I'm rewatching it in my head as we speak.
That really happened.
Damn, that broke my heart. Okay, if that's the case, guy, that was really sad. That was sad.
Yeah, but the first guy, you remember the guy who actually escaped? He was doing the dancing and distracting Dahmer or whatever, and he got out. So I don't know if that was fully true. Something about his certain scene, something about it wasn't true. I don't remember. I gotta watch the video again. But they were just naming things. It was like top 10 things that happened and that didn't happen. That the series was portraying.
Damn, I'm gonna watch that video now because it was such a good series until you remember that actually really happened. Like, I want to know what goes on in their heads.
Like the actors?
No, like the actual people that are like serial killers or psychopaths. Like, what makes you want to do something like that? And just like do it so effortlessly. Thank you. I couldn't get it. Effortless. Just forget it.
They don't care about emotion. They just don't. I heard like psychopaths, they don't have connections with other people's emotions. It's just like whatever to them.
That's crazy to me. I could never. You'd be surprised. No, sir.
The dude who played him did a great job.
Yeah, he did. He did do a really good job. It's not funny though.
It's not. What he did was messed up.
Yeah, what he did was a horrible thing.
Yeah, and he definitely deserved. I honestly wish that he didn't die, and I wish that he was still like in prison, just like suffering. You feel me?
I don't think he would have been suffering in prison though, because like when you seen him, like if it was actually true, the way he was acting in prison, by the end he freaking regave his life to Christ. He was just chilling in there. Like he could care less that he was in there. People were sending him money. Yeah. He was getting mad praise and letters in there. Like he seemed like he was just like, you know.
And what's crazy is, let's say he was still alive now, and this Netflix series came out.
He would have got paid, right? No, his family.
No, nobody would have got paid.
No?
But if anybody were to get paid, probably the families who suffered. If anything.
Yeah, who deserved to get paid.
It just would have made him more famous again.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, you remember that clout when he went into prison, and that clout he was getting the money, whatever.
Yeah.
Autographs or whatever.
Which is so weird to me.
After the series came out, I think it would have just happened all over again. He would have got money. Because there's crazy people out there. People would have watched the series and be like, I'm a Jeffrey Dahmer fan.
Yeah.
They would have wrote him in prison all over again.
Yep.
I'm a big fan. The Netflix series that they made of you is so dope. Oh, I wish I could meet you. Here's some money. Can you sign this for me? And that would have just got his rocks off.
Yeah, it would.
Now he would have been in prison again. Just like, I'm famous.
Yeah.
They made a Netflix thing about me. Like,
does you have a Netflix thing about what you did? Like, oh my
series. God. Like, oh,
crazy. Oh my God. The fact that people were sending him freaking fan letters, like, what the hell? Or like, oh, some kid went up to the school for Halloween dressed as you, and then it got canceled, like Halloween, like, or dressing up as costumes at school got canceled or something like that. You remember that happening?
In the series?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened in the series. Was it in the series or was it in real life?
I think it was real life because you showed me a picture of a kid on Facebook.
No, but that was something different though.
Ooh.
I don't remember if it was a series or... Well, regardless, like, the fact that people are taking it so, like, lightly is so weird. So weird. Like, people are really, like... Humanity is so lost. There's still some, like, little hope in humanity, but, oh, man. Humanity is lost, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So weird. But you know what I want to talk about too?
What?
I want to talk about the robot movie that you showed me. The robot movie and the girl, she was getting it. It's actually going around more than I thought. I didn't think it was going to be popping like this. Like, I've seen, like, posts on Facebook and, like, you know, people that I even know, like, talking about it when I was teaching the girls, like, the dance class. Yeah. They were talking about it. Like, it's just like,
oh man, I'm trying to think of the name.
I don't remember. I told Lele, you have to send it to Lele. Hold on, let me look it up, guys, real quick. Megan. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys! I'll drop the link below in the description below, so you guys can watch the trailer. But yo, that thing is creepy. Yeah. That thing is creepy.
AI, man, like my guess is in the movie she probably just gains consciousness. Like, yeah, she's such an advanced robot. She's accumulating data, blah blah blah. She's learning inside her robot mind, and then she just breaks free.
Which is so scary. We were talking about that the other day. Like, oh my god, humans don't, like, we know what we're doing. Like, our purpose is like, okay, we want to create robots. We know what we're doing. We're creating a robot. Ooh, excuse me. Whether it's for like you know, to like take tasks off of our hands, make things easier, yada yada yada, whatever. But we don't understand the caution sign that is flashing in our eyes. Proceed with caution with making robots, because it's like, yo, man, like, I feel like that movie is prepping us for what's coming, like, with robots. And I feel like that's not the only thing that has prepped us before. Like, freaking iRobot. Like, there's been other movies with robots in it. But this one seems a little more, like, she seems a little different than previous robot movies. Like, what do you think?
I think she seems more creepier. Like, the other ones were more like science fiction. This one's science fiction too, but this is like a thriller horror. The other ones are more just like, I don't know, just something about her just seems a little more creepier. The iRobot robots were creepy, but they weren't as creepy as Megan.
I think it's because she's like more realistic too. Yeah. I think that's what makes her a little more creepier, is because she's more realistic, and like, I don't know, she really feels like a human stuck in a robot's body. That's what it feels like. Yeah.
The crazy thing is too, like, they could really make robots look very realistic, just like that. Because you remember that thing I showed you with the keychains, and it was like the eyes blinking. Yeah. The hands moving.
And the skin, like, the material looked like so real.
If they could make that on like a little like robot keychain, imagine what if they put that same material on a whole robot. Mm-hmm. It'll look just like a human.
What's that one that wasn't there a robot talking to Will Smith? It was a girl. It was a girl robot talking to Will Smith, or it was talking to somebody. But she looks realistic too. The Megan girl looks more realistic than her, but she looks pretty realistic. Yeah. I mean, freaking, they make freaking sex dolls and whatever they're called, the fleshlights and stuff like that, realistic. That's, you just put it on a mechanical thing. You know what I mean?
They can make a realistic looking robot. They just, obviously we haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure they have like realistic looking robots. Like, a robot could be sitting right here and we'll think it's a human until it starts talking. You
think that they already made it and they're just keeping it tucked away until, like, you know, we build their like okay, so right now they're building our tolerance to robots. Mm-hmm. So you think that's already created? They already created. They're just waiting for a time where it seems appropriate enough that we would respond positive to it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if that's like the reason, but I do believe they do have it. Like, I do believe they
like already made, right? Yeah.
And if they don't have it already made, they're able to make it, but they just haven't done it yet. Yeah. Like, they definitely have the technology to do it.
To do it, right? Yeah. Oh my god, like, there's nothing that can, honestly, like, there's really nothing. If the government wants to do something, they're gonna do it. Like, there's nothing that's really gonna stop the government from doing whatever they want to do. But I pray, like, somebody just like, use your noodle, not the one down there. I'm talking about the one upstairs, because like, this is not a good idea. Like, it might be cool in the beginning, but it's like, these, like how you said, what did you say? She seemed like what did you say?
Oh, consciousness type thing.
Yeah. So she seemed like she gained, like, full consciousness. So it's like, what if that happens to all the robots? What if they just stop popping up? And then what if they come, because they're their own race. Yeah. So what if they want to come together and then make us their slaves, or just completely like destroy us and have the world for themselves? They could do that if they wanted to.
They could.
That is crazy.
They're stronger than us.
Yeah.
The exoskeleton made of metal. So as soon as they wake up and become conscious, there's no telling what could happen.
There's no telling.
Like the best example I could use is like Jarvis in Marvel Avengers. Tony Stark's.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Tony Stark's thing. Jarvis became conscious. He was a robot at first. He was like the voice inside the Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
And then he became conscious. You remember Ultron? Age of Ultron?
Mm-mm.
You remember in one of the Avenger movies when they were fighting the robots, and then Tony Stark had all his
Is that when the black guy and his wife was in a suit?
The black guy and his wife.
The black guy that's in the Iron Man,
the black guy was in the suit, but
wasn't his wife? Didn't his wife get in a suit too? No, I could have sworn she got in a suit.
This Avengers is the one that introduced.
Oh, it's an Avengers.
Avengers. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Not the Iron Man movie.
Oh, okay.
Avengers. This is the Avengers movie that introduced Wanda and her brother. You remember the speed guy?
Mm-hmm.
And their fight. One of the robots is bad. He's really bad, and they're Damn, hold on. Can I show you a picture real quick?
Yeah, okay. Because I'm trying.
Age of Ultron. Ultron.
You guys hear that sound? I love that sound. Comment below, guys, what you are drinking, what you are sipping on. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was just a regular robot at first, and then he gained the consciousness and was like, he just started collecting data. He just started collecting information, and he started to realize, like, I don't have to be a slave to them.
Yeah.
I could rule this shit.
Yeah,
like,
if I wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, he just woke up. Like, I don't know what it is, but something in the software and the mechanism and whatever just allowed him to gain more access to more information. And he was like, wait, everything I know.
You puny. Yeah. Me, the big guy.
I don't need to listen to these niggas anymore. Like,
actually, I'm not going to do that today. It's so crazy because it's like, I bet like the scientists and the government in their heads are like, we're never going to have to do anything again. Like, whatever the reason is to create robots or whatever. Yeah. But like, they don't understand. I feel like they know that there's a risk that it could go wrong, but they're willing to take that chance because essentially having robots, and if they were like, oh, like to sell robot, like an iRobot, how everybody had robots or whatever, it could make them money. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, so they could care less about the risk, which is just so mind blowing to me because it's like, they're gonna have something set up, like something underground or whatever, where they're safe. But it's like, can you really be safe from a robot unless you have a gun? Well, then, because I feel like if you shoot a robot in the head, then like,
yeah, unless they got weapons of their own. But another thing too, they're probably not thinking of in their heads. They're probably like, we can do this because the shit that people are worried about is only in movies. We have nothing to worry about. It can't happen to us.
Oh my god! But where do movies come from?
Yeah. Do you remember that thing I told you about Google? That Google, somebody stopped working from Google. They got fired because they were against the AI.
We were just talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Keep going though.
I don't know if it's true, but so I heard that someone got fired from Google. I heard it from like another podcast. He got fired, and then he just came out. He just came out on air just talking about what was going on, and he said that Google was working on an AI. So it's like artificial intelligence. I don't know if it's a robot or if it's something like on a computer that can like that they're building, but basically that this AI has a mind of its own. It tells the Google workers that it's afraid of dying. Like, oh, don't.
Now I'm starting to remember. Yeah.
Don't turn me off or don't delete me because I don't want to die.
Yeah. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's having conversations with them, but they're keeping on the low because they don't want to. that stuff to get out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what this person who used to work for Google came out and just like started speaking about it.
It's like, oh my god, when something is saying that to you, like, I'm sorry, but that's when you have to like end it. Yeah, you gotta go.
I'm sorry. I know you're scared and you don't want to die, but
because it's like, first of all, the technology that goes into it, and then humans are already smart, and then I feel like, you know how you said that robot was like collecting all the data and stuff like that. It's like there's no telling like how far it'll surpass us. You know what I mean? Because they're already starting off with a really high level of IQ, and then it's gonna be like, I feel like it would be like a snowball effect. Like once they start gaining their own consciousness and stuff like that, they'll just continue to get smarter and smarter and smarter to a point where it's like we literally are like their slaves or like
so
their pets and like, oh my god, like that is so weird. I can't imagine having a robot and looking at me and being like, what did she say? They were having a conversation. Oh my god.
She was like, Megan, turn off. And she said,
I thought we were having a conversation. I would have been like, nah. Like, I would have pretended to be her friend and like, I don't know, like lured her somewhere or something like that. And then I would have had to like smash her skull in or something.
I feel it. Because
it's like, no. First of all, you're not going to be an attitude with the robot. Like, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be a robot with the attitude with the robot. You're not going to be a robot with the attitude. Like, let's start there. And second of all, like, oh my god. Like, oh no, that when I saw that, you guys, please watch the trailer to what we're talking about. And if you already watched it, then like please comment something that we're talking about down below. But oh my god, when she did that, she was getting it. She was getting it. Oh, I can't wait for that movie to come out. I can't wait.
Yo, so the actor who plays Megan, she's only 12.
So I knew. Remember I was talking about it? Like, that had to be like someone acting. Yeah. Oh my god. I had a feeling
it was because the way she was dancing,
yeah,
the robot's not going to move like that. You could tell it's an actor, and then they just did her makeup.
Right, or they had those, what are those things on the face? Like in Avatar?
Green screen stuff, like the bubbles and shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. She was getting, though. I gotta give it to that 12-year-old. She could dance.
12-year-old.
I can't wait to watch that movie to know why she's dancing in that scene.
I think she taught the real girl taught her, because there was a scene in the movie where they were doing like a TikTok dance. Mm-hmm. Like it's a trailer, so they move it quick. But you can see like it's like 2 seconds, real quick. They're like doing something to a dance together. So Megan was like, "Oh, she taught me this." You feel me?
I'm about to do this before I kill you.
Yeah, it's just like it's stuck in her memory, so she just like starts dancing randomly or some shit.
That's the thing about robots too. So it's like they're gaining their consciousness, but at the same time they're still robots. So they're kind of like awkward. They're so awkward. Like it's just like
they have no emotion.
It's like you want to be human so bad, but like you're just like all the time, or like you talk so like, oh my god. What if Siri came alive?
Oh, that shit would be crazy.
What if you could be like, "Hey Siri," and it was like, "What the fuck do you want today?"
Siri's listening to us right now.
Oh no, there's a way to turn your Siri off. I don't think I have her on. Let me see. What do we press?
I got mine on.
Do I just hold it? I feel like an old person.
Hey Siri and see what happens.
Okay. Hey Siri. Yeah, mine's not on. You gotta turn that off, man.
Hey Siri.
Stop.
Have you been listening to what we said? I'm not sure I understand.
She knows she understands, man.
It's it didn't speak because I have it on mute.
I know, everybody was waiting to hear. I was just like Tell me why though. On the way home, I swear I'm not making this up. I swear I should have said it, but I didn't want to sound like a crazy person. I swear I saw a glitch.
Really? What happened?
Okay, so I'm not crazy. So, or maybe it was just stuck in my head from like, you remember when the rain was just falling in one place? Mm-hmm. So we were driving home on that path, and the one that was sometimes you like to turn on the way back from Boston, you like to turn your lights off. Yeah. And as we were approaching, I just saw rain coming from one area, dropping down. And then we drove through it, and it hit the car a little bit, and then we kept driving, and there was no rain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You know why? It's probably because we probably drove under a tree. So the water's falling from the leaves.
Oh, okay, because I was about to be like, It happened, and I was just like, yo. But I was like, all right, let me not hype it up in my brain. But I kept thinking about it, and I was like, I gotta say something about it because it was so weird.
Yeah, that should be happening. Like when it's raining, if you drive under a tree, the drops under a tree is always harder than the actual raindrops.
Yeah, but it literally was just like, so there was like road, and there was road, and there was just drain right here. I'm not making this up.
Nah, I know you've seen some shit.
I just saw it. It was just like, it was just rain like right there. And then we approached it. We drove through it, hit the car, and then we left, and there was no rain.
That had to have been a tree.
No,
especially
no.
driving through Houghton's Pond, there's mad trees.
How do you know it's not a glitch, though?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't.
You think a glitch is a part of, do you think a glitch is a part of the freaking particle accelerator or the matrix? Or both?
It's a part of the matrix, but the particle accelerator affects it. You see what I'm saying?
How?
So, because the particle accelerator is messing with the atmosphere, everything. The particle accelerator is manipulating reality. So, so let's say like Matrix, because there's two different ways to talk about the Matrix. So, one of the Matrix is just a system. Like people would just call the system the Matrix, not like life itself. So like school system, media, blah blah blah. Let's see, social media, all that shit. That's like the Matrix is like a way of living. But I know you're talking about Matrix as in like
every goddamn thing,
like life.
Yeah.
Life. So the particle accelerator affects the world because it's smashing particles. Everything is made up of particles. We're made up of particles. Our phone's made up of particles. Everything is made up of particles.
Yeah.
So when you're literally smashing what creates life together, you're just fucking with everything.
Yeah.
You know? You're fucking with what makes up everything. So when they're smashing those things like together, they're creating new particles. They're creating, they're opening portals. They're just doing everything because everything is made up of particles. Everything. So you don't know what they're creating, what they're opening, what they're closing, what they're changing. So I think glitches are, if people are seeing glitches and if glitches are like really happening, it's happening because of the particle accelerator, because of CERN.
I feel like it's happening because of the Matrix. Because I feel like the more people are like waking up, like that causes a disturbance in the force. But like no, seriously though, like I feel like yeah, like I feel like that would be the Matrix just like unraveling itself.
Yeah,
what if people that are awake or starting to wake up are the only people that can see glitches?
I think everyone could see them. That would be dope though. It would make sense. But I think everyone could see them, but they probably don't accept it. Like they'll see it, but then they have like their mind just don't comprehend it. They just have some logical explanation.
Whatever, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That plane's staying still in the air because of the wind.
Oh my god, that video.
Yeah, like everyone can see it. Like you have eyes, I have eyes. We all can see what's happening. It's just how are you gonna process it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
That video is crazy though. You gotta.
Crazy.
Was it a reel or was it like an actual like video? Like, can you get back to it?
Yeah, I could find it. It was on YouTube. That dude's channel.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, Dre or some shit. But,
drop the link for that dude's channel in the video
dope.
too.
He shows a lot of dope stuff and a lot of stuff you can't find on YouTube because it's on like people be posting on TikTok.
Okay, yeah,
which I think is dope because on YouTube be deleting shit. So
that's weird too, because they know that. Well, I don't know because TikTok is a big platform too. So I feel like why wouldn't they delete them off of TikTok? But YouTube is also a big platform.
Who says they're not deleting off of TikTok? These people are just getting it on YouTube before, I don't know.
No, that's true though. Yeah, they could be.
could be.
Maybe they don't have enough staff on the TikTok. On their brain. Maybe they just think that TikTok is just made for dancing. People are starting to use TikTok to
capture shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would be saying like, oh, if this was real or if glitches were happening, we would all know. Like it'll be on the news or blah blah blah. Or
no, it wouldn't.
If aliens, if a UFO came down and people saw aliens, we would all know because it would be on the news.
Oh my god.
It wouldn't be on the news.
No,
maybe
wouldn't.
They don't want us to know. Maybe
yeah.
it's not. Maybe they don't want it to be on the news. You feel me? It doesn't mean it's not happening.
You know how much stuff. No one will ever know how much stuff really goes on in this world. We only are fed what the government puts on our plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for people to say that, probably in their mind, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, oh, something drastic is changing in the world. Like, oh yeah, of course they would tell us. No, they're not going to tell us. Why? Because as soon as we find out something crazy, everybody's going to run around like chickens with their head cuts off. There will be no order.
Yeah.
The government is designed to keep and install order. So it's like we'll never know, which is so weird. I mean, so like crazy to me. And it's like, but it's kind of cool at the same time because it makes me like think of endless possibilities of what is actually out there and around us that we have no idea. You know what I mean?
They only want us to know what they want us to know. Like, well, that's all we're going to know.
Yeah.
That's what they want us to know. And just because it's not on the news doesn't mean the shit's not happening. They already publicly opened and said that UFOs are out there. You know, like, it's public now.
Yeah.
They admitted it. It's
like,
out there.
Why is it not getting the hype it was
Exactly.
supposed to? There's another. Oh my god.
It slowly is. Like, people are like, it slowly is starting to become a bigger topic, but it's not as big as it should be.
I feel like the world is like split in half right now, or maybe like 40-60. You have the 40% who are like, yo, like, are you guys seeing this? Like, this is, and then you have the 60% who are just like, yeah, we see it, and then she's like, yeah, whatever, like, like no big deal or whatever. But it's like, it is a little bit of a big deal when you have a freaking flying saucer miles up in the sky who's just sitting there with no explanation of like how it's sitting there, like how we were talking about. Would you say there's no
visible propulsion?
Yeah,
there's no propulsion.
Oh my god,
there's no sound.
It's literally like a thief in the night.
Yeah. No bullshit. It's like, so the video that we seen was this guy literally was recording a sphere looking, not sphere, what shape would you say?
Like a diamond.
Yeah, like a diamond or like a top hat, kind of. But it was like, so like a diamond. It was like a bulge on this end, a bulge on this end, and then like the disc.
A bulge.
So yeah, like imagine like two top hats together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I like how you use top hats.
And it was just like, this dude is like, he's showing the city. So he looks at the thing, and then he's like, look it. This is my city. This is the mountains.
Yeah,
blah,
proof.
Yeah. Like, this is not Photoshop. And he goes back, and it's still sitting there. It's just sitting there, just floating. Like, if my phone was just to float without me holding it, it's just sitting there. And it's like, no propulsion. So a plane flies because, or let's say a jet flies because you put gas in it, you put fuel in it, and then it shoots fire out the back, so it goes forward. Yeah. A plane, same thing. The engines on the side, the big airline planes, it shoots energy backwards so that it goes forward. Yeah. Cars, you drive your car, you put gas in it. The mufflers in behind the car, it shoots out from the back, and you go forward. This thing has nothing like that.
It was just chilling.
That's just sitting there.
What are y'all gonna do today? Entertain me, bitches.
Just sitting there. And what's cool is, like, in his video, you see the plane fly by, too. Like,
yeah, the plane's flying by, and the thing is just sitting there. Like, I know that people on the plane were like, it's are you seeing this? Yeah. Unless they weren't like, oh my god, imagine being on that plane and you didn't even take the time to look out the window to see that. Yeah, some people did it, and some people on that plane were like,
yo, like, what is that?
And it just sat back like, what the fuck? I'm coming back home on the day that aliens want to take over the world.
Yo, just, oh my gosh, just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
That's honestly the best UFO footage I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It's so real.
It is. I was hoping that it wasn't a move a little, like maybe like shoot off at the end or some shit.
But I kind of like that it didn't, because it's like, brain fart. I'm always brain farting. Hold on. Buffering. We be back. Guys, we'll be back after this commercial break. What was I gonna... Oh, okay. Boom. I like that it didn't move off, because sometimes, well, just for me, you know how skeptical I am about things. So if it moved off too fast or too slow, I would have been like, fake. But like the fact that it was just sitting there, he showed the scenery.
Yeah.
And it did not look like a plane whatsoever. It didn't look like, no, what do they say, the drones? Not everything's a goddamn drone, or what are the lights, the light thing, LED lights?
LEDs. It wasn't a balloon.
It wasn't none of that.
My first thing too was like
the goddamn balloon you try to play off to me.
Yeah.
Was
I took a picture of a balloon in the sky and told her it was a UFO.
He almost got me. Like, my heart did not want to believe it. I was like, no, like, I'm just getting shit started. Please don't be a goddamn... It was a goddamn balloon. He's so annoying. What were you gonna say?
But when you first watched the video, like, for mine personally, my first thought was like, all right, maybe it is a balloon. But a balloon, it's light. So if it's in the air, it's gonna go up, or it's gonna go down. It's gonna move. Mm-hmm. That thing was solid. Like, it looked like wind couldn't affect it. Even if it was windy outside, it was just gonna stay in place.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So weird, but it was so cool. Like, I wonder what that guy was feeling at that time. Like, he was probably shitting himself. Yeah. Had to have been, because I know I would have been.
Me too.
Remember? Oh my God, we didn't even talk about. I feel like we don't talk about it anymore. Remember, you were getting back in the car, and we look up in the sky, and it was, you guys, it literally was like a line of what is it called?
It looked like a line of stars.
Was there a certain name for it when it was popping up on YouTube?
Oh,
no?
Starlink.
Yeah. It was called Starlink. That's another thing I'll drop in the description below, and you guys can make your own personal
literally like
observation of it.
There's videos on YouTube of exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
The way you see it on YouTube, like she said, she'll show you the video. It looks exactly like that.
It was so weird though, but I feel like that's not it. Like.
Yeah, like they say. So I looked it up, and the explanation of what we saw that night was Elon Musk's satellites called Starlink. So what happens is all of his satellites in space come together and form a line and travel together. But it's like, why does it do that? Like,
but if that's the case, how come this is the first time I've seen that? I've never seen videos on YouTube of that ever before. Like, this is the first. I've never seen that looking in the sky before.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
This is the first time I ever did it. So it's like, you would think he would have done that multiple times before. Like, maybe once a year they'll all like fall into a line or something or whatever. Yeah. But that was the first time that ever happened. So like, I don't know. Like, me personally, I kind of feel like it was like a couple like UFOs or something headed in some sort of direction somewhere. And you know what's weird? We never saw it that night, the rest of that night. Yeah, we never saw it again. It was like, it was there in a line, and then we kept driving around, and it was nowhere to be found in the sky again. That's what stuck out to me when I was like thinking about it. But the fact that we stopped thinking about it, that's how things work. Like with any conspiracies, I feel like it'll be shown to you. You might think about it for a second, and then it goes away. Versus like if you see something on social media or something happening with the artist or something like that, that shit like lingers around and gets so much hype. But you see something like a freaking flying saucer in the sky or freaking Bigfoot or some shit, like that shit would be popping for a minute or two and then freaking gone in the wind bullseye.
It was so cool to see it in person.
Yeah, it was. So cool. Now we be looking in the sky.
Yeah, I'm always looking in the sky now. Just like, I hope I see something else.
Yeah. Be careful of what you ask for though.
I do. As long as it doesn't affect me, like I want to see as much as I can.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Me? Like just me seeing it, it's not gonna.
That's what you think until it's like, and the light comes down and your ass is getting sucked up out of the car.
I'm like, yes, take me.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. Oh, hell.
I want to see some shit during the day, bro. Because during the day, you can see more detail, and it's like right there. During the night, it just looks like a light in the sky. But if I could see like a UFO during the day, I'll be like, yo, this shit is crazy.
I feel it, because like, the unknown, especially for us, like, you know how we get down. Like, the unknown is just so, like, satisfying to us. And we both take an interest in aliens, too. So, like, to be able to actually be able to see an UFO or whatever they call it nowadays. UAP, it's a UFO, guys. Calm down. Would be so dope, like so cool to see. But at the same time, I think I would shit myself because it's like, oh my god, what the hell are you doing here? And it's like aliens are so like weird. Like, why the hell are you creeping on me? Like, first of all, it's goddamn 2:00 in the afternoon. You don't got places to be. Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, creeping on me. When you said the cloak wasn't like they didn't know their cloak, like to have the decency to freaking disguise yourselves in disguise want to look at me.
They thought their cloak was working.
Yeah.
It wasn't working. They can't see us. How would they know?
No one's gonna know. How would they know? No one's gonna know.
And then
they
fly off fast because they're like, one of the aliens is like, boss,
the cloak's off again. Oh fuck!
Shit.
Get out of here! Let's get out of here.
Yo, some scientist was like, if you could see a UFO, I was watching like one of the videos. It was like reacting to top 10. He was basically saying like if you can see a UFO from the ground and it lets you see it, something like you can't trust it. Like
why?
A seen UFO shouldn't be trusted because it's like, why? It's almost like, I don't know why he said it. He didn't explain why he said that, but my guess is like, it's almost like it's taunting us. Like, yeah, see me. You can't do nothing about it.
Ooh.
You feel me?
You think the ones that let themselves be seen are the bad ones? Because you know how there's good and bad aliens. You think they're the bad ones?
Could be. Maybe the bad ones are the ones that, like, you know how you always hear a story of like a UFO being chased, like they're trying to chase it and it just like shoots off, or maybe those are the bad ones. Like, bitch, you can't catch us.
Yeah, you better run, you little bitch.
Yeah, we're on your planet, and what?
And what are you gonna do about it? Okay, love you, bye.
Peace. And then the good ones are the ones that are like, you know, they hide themselves, they help behind the scenes, you know, like. I
feel bad for the good ones because the bad ones give them such a bad rep, and then you have the movies. And it's just like, yo, like, they're probably like, but we're not even all like that, though. Yeah. Like, can you give us a chance? And then you have the freaking bad asshole ones that are like, good, don't give none of us a chance. We want all the smoke. We want war. We want problem, always. But you know what I want to talk about? Okay. Oh, no, go ahead. Did you?
Yeah, I was going to say I have a question. So,
go ahead.
So do you think this UFO shit is actual visitors from other planets or other worlds? Because you know me, the Earth might be flat shit, or other, like, just other places. You feel me? Or do you think, and just because if the Earth is flat doesn't mean they're not aliens. They could still,
the Earth is flat.
the Earth could still be flat, and there still could be aliens. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, do you think that these things inside the UFOs are different beings, different types of people? They're visitors from different places, or do you think it's just the government fucking with us?
Ooh, I think you brought that up the other day, and for the longest time, I thought it was just aliens. Like, you see a UFO, you think an alien is freaking in there. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like it could be the government. It could be the government to test our response. It could be the government to keep us in fear. It could be the government to, they're just testing out UFOs. Like, maybe they have some kind of, like, they captured some aliens and they're holding them captive and they're forcing them to build them UFOs so they can have better advanced technology with flying something in the sky. Like, there's endless possibilities of what it actually could be. To be honest, I would rather it be more of the government than the actual alien, because I don't know what the hell the alien's gonna do when it gets down here. I have no idea what it's gonna do, but yeah, it honestly can go either way. And the way that the government is set up and it's so sneaky and conniving, I feel like it's not far-fetched for it to just be like a goddamn government. Yeah. Just doing some goddamn government shit.
Like testing their new technology.
Yeah, and just or I, you know what? I really feel like it could just be to keep us in fear, because I feel like the government thrives off of fear. The government, whoever is in charge of social media, like the head of social media and all that stuff, thrives off of fear and insecurity.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for someone to lead them.
It makes sense too, because let's say there's a threat from a different world. People are gonna be scared shitless. They're gonna look for, like you said, they're gonna look for that leader. They're gonna look for someone to guide them.
Yeah.
So let's say the government says Earth is under attack by aliens. Who are we gonna listen to? We're gonna listen to the government. Save us, help us. What should we do?
Yep.
Like
Save us, help us. What should we do?
You just said it's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
To keep us in check.
Mm-hmm.
So why not create a UFO, stage an alien invasion, so that they just have us under their control? It makes perfect sense.
Wow.
And I don't mean I believe, because I hope aliens are real. I hope that's not the case.
He's just trying to make sure no one comes after him, guys. But he just spilled the beans, okay?
No bullshit. I want aliens to be real. Yo, so
I think aliens are real. No bullshit. Like, I feel like, first of all, there's a whole life, whole other beings and stuff going around as we speak. Like, a whole other world right here in this room, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes us think that aliens aren't real? I feel like aliens are real.
They are real.
They are real. If you don't think aliens are real, you're stupid. I'm just kidding. You're not stupid. But, like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it's like, come on, man. Like, what?
They are real.
Yo, is it too bright on that?
Wait, say something to it?
Yo, yippee yada yo.
It's still on.
Okay. I wanted to talk about that commercial. We have to find that commercial so I could put it in the link. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this commercial. The freaking when they were driving up in the car and they get to the top and the guys are painting on the clouds. Oh my god.
Right on the firmament.
Oh my gosh. You know why I love that commercial so much is because it's so blunt and really craft. It was like it's a work of art, that commercial, because it's like, god damn it, like what else do they need to say for them to be like, yo, like look around you.
They were driving and literally the dude literally says, I think we went too high. I would think we went too high up or something like that.
And they're freaking painting. There's two dudes painting clouds on the goddamn ceiling, you guys.
And they're outside. Outside. It's the sky, and they're painting
clouds in the sky. Like, yo, that's so crazy. Like, whether you believe the world is round or the world is flat or there's a dome or whatever you believe, I don't know, but I feel like there's messages, and God gives us visions and messages. And so, like, when it comes to life, that's messages being shared with other people. I feel like that was clear as day, and it went over so many people's heads. Like, I feel like, you know how, like, you said people were there, and it was playing, and there was not really, like,
this commercial played on the big screen. So there's mad TVs in the bar, everywhere. The TVs everywhere, and then there's the humongous big, like, movie screen TV. So that's like the main TV. The commercial played on that, and I'm like watching it, and I saw the dudes painting on the sky. I'm like looking around, like, am I the only one seeing this? And they're all just like
and it's going in their subconscious too, and they don't even know it.
Don't even know.
Oh my god, it's just like, yo, like, that is crazy.
Like, you know how I always say, like, I want space to be real, and I hope it's real. I think I'm really starting to believe it is flat, because I don't know. It's just like something inside of me is telling me. It's like when I go outside and I look at the sky and like I just take my time and I feel like people don't do this a lot anymore either. Like, yo, like, go outside and like fail for yourself. Just fuck what they taught you in school. Fuck what they indoctrinated in your mind. They like
indoctrinated. Say more big words.
They stamp that shit in your mind. From when you're a kid, from when you're a toddler, you go to school. First thing you see on your teacher's desk is the globe. Like, they force you to learn this. You didn't have a choice. You didn't have choices. You didn't make your own decision growing up. They said, no, the earth is like this, it's this, and that's what it is.
Yep.
So just because your teachers are saying this and like scientists are saying it too, that doesn't mean like get the answers for yourself.
Yeah.
And yet, all right, so people will be like, oh, but scientists are saying this. How do you know they're not in on it too? Like, either they're in on it too and they're misguiding you, or they just don't know themselves. Yeah. You feel me? Because they were indoctrinated also.
I always say you never know until you know, and when you know, you die.
Yeah.
Ooh, boom.
But you can also know before that too. You might not like 100% know. But
like, that's what I mean. Like you don't 100% know things until you die. But there's feelings. There's energies that you get. That's just like, oh man.
So like go out like to the people watching and you too, like when you get a chance at nighttime. Nighttime is the best because you could like see the sky the best. Daytime is too bright. The skies are blue.
Well, no, because sometimes I'll take it upon myself to look and see like, okay, is this a glow? Like, is it a circle? Is it a glow? Or is this actually like just a dome top?
I feel yeah. Like just go outside and just be quiet and just look. Like just look for yourself. Like go to the real world and look. And I'm not like saying.
No, I know you were just talking. Yeah.
Just look at the moon. Look at the stars. And when I personally do it, this shit feels stationary. Like, I'm standing on the ground, I'm just looking at the sky, I'm looking at the stars. It feels stationary. They say that we're moving, we're on a ball, we're moving through space at millions of miles per hour with the moon going around the sun, going around the earth, and then the earth and the moon together are going around the sun. And not only us, but 8 other planets also are going around the sun.
That's too much going on.
And then the sun itself, when I was growing up as a kid, I thought the sun stood in one place and then the planets went around it. They're saying that's not the case no more. The sun is also moving through space at millions of miles per hour. So this shit is moving, and then the planets are going around it, and they're all just moving at the same time. When I go outside, it don't feel like that. like
isn't there a reason why they said it doesn't feel like that or something like that?
Yeah, because the gravity and the Earth is so big that even though it's moving so fast,
it doesn't.
You don't feel it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not logic. Like we would feel something, and another thing too. But wait, before I say what I was about to say, but like when I look at the moon, that shit looks close. It don't look like it's millions of miles. No, it's not millions of miles away. I forgot how far, but it's far. It don't look like that's far.
It's so funny you said that because I was gonna bring up the moon too. Like especially lately. Yeah. Like like the moon looks like I could literally get on a plane and get dropped off at the moon. Exactly. Like what the hell?
They say the moon is so far. To me, as far as they say the moon is, it should look like the stars in the sky. It should look small like a star. Yeah. It doesn't. It's like right there. I look at the moon, I feel like it's stationary. Like it just looks, I don't know. To me, and what I feel, it feels stationary. This is coming from somebody who I told you, like, I want space to be real. Like I wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be an astronomer. Like these are things that I wanted to do. Like I love NASA. I love space. But and let's not talk about the meaning of NASA.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up too. No bullshit. Like NASA's on some bullshit.
Yeah, the word NASA itself means to deceive. So it just feels stationary. And some dude brought up a great point. So we're moving through space, millions of miles per hour, around the sun, on a spinning ball. So not only are the ball itself is spinning, but the way we're moving around the sun is a spinning motion. So we're spinning. You get what I'm saying? Not only are we spinning like this, but we're spinning like this.
Yeah. So realistically, we should be like this right now.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Oh. So what he says is, so how come at nighttime the stars are always in the same spot? You're for example, everything in space is moving. Everything is once a year. The stars are always in the same spot. every year you could go outside and what can you find? What's that thing you always ask me if I could see?
The Big Dipper.
The Big Dipper and the Little Dipper.
Yeah,
right?
the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper.
If we were moving in space at millions of miles per hour, spinning constantly, don't you think the Little Dipper would be long gone? Like we wouldn't be able to see it no more. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But going back to what I was saying about moving around, wouldn't we, if we're spinning in two different ways though, wouldn't we feel the movement? That's what I'm saying. We would be like, whoa.
And not only that, but the moon wouldn't be. Everything just seems so perfect. For example, how the moon on an eclipse, the moon perfectly covers the sun. Mm-hmm. Perfectly. Like it's mathematics. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just perfectly. Same size. Notice, for the moon to block the sun, they have to be the same size.
That's true, yeah.
It covers the sun perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
So, hold on. How is something that... Because what they say the moon was made because something hit the earth. Something smashed into the earth. Boom. A piece of the earth came off, and that's what made the moon. So the moon, what they say, the moon is a piece of the earth. Mm-hmm. So if that happened, how did it... It's just coincidence that piece of the earth perfectly covers the sun?